All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to tackle one of the most annoying and persistent problems out there, that ugly, power-sucking corrosion on your battery terminals. We're not just cleaning it, we're going to fix it for good.
So does this look familiar? You spend the time to clean it all off, and then a few weeks, maybe a few months later, it's back. That chalky white and blue monster just reappears. If you are sick and tired of fighting this losing battle, then you are definitely in the right place. We are going to break this cycle today. So, let's talk about why those quick fixes just don't. In this first part, we're going to look at what most people do, and why it's really nothing more than a temporary band-aid on a much bigger issue.
Okay, so on the left, you've got the usual suspects, right? A quick scrub with a wire brush, maybe a little baking soda and water, or one of those temporary anti-corrosion sprays. And yeah, they work for a little while. But the result over on the right is always the same. The corrosion comes right back because the actual metal is still exposed to the very things that caused the problem to begin with. You're just delaying the inevitable.
Now let's dig into the science here, because that corrosion, it's a lot more than just ugly. It's actually an active saboteur inside your electrical system, and it's quietly wrecking its performance and efficiency.
So what you're actually looking at is something called electrochemical corrosion. Basically, tiny amounts of acidic vapor escape from the battery and they react with the lead terminals and the oxygen in the air. This whole chemical reaction creates that powdery gunk, which is a fantastic electrical insulator. And in an electrical system, insulation on your connections is the absolute last thing you ever want.
And that right there, that's the real problem. All that corrosion, it adds electrical resistance. The best way to think about it is like a clog in a pipe. You know, water can still get through, but the flow is choked way down. Well, in your system, that means the flow of power is being choked off, and that makes everything have to work so much harder than it's supposed to.
And just look at the difference here. I mean, it's night and day. A clean connection has basically zero resistance. You get maximum power, maximum efficiency. But a corroded connection, it creates high, unpredictable resistance. And that leads directly to power loss, a buildup of heat, and eventually total system failure.
This simple little formula tells the whole story. Don't worry, you don't need to do any math. Just know that P is your power loss, and R is that resistance from the corrosion. And because the current, I, is squared, even a tiny increase in resistance creates a huge amount of wasted power. That's power that isn't charging your batteries, it's not running your gear, and it can even be the reason you're getting those frustrating low-voltage alarms on your inverter.
Okay, stop. Before we even think about touching that battery, we have to talk about safety. These next few things, they aren't suggestions. They are absolute non-negotiable rules to protect you and your equipment. Please pay close attention.
Here's your checklist. First, you need acid-resistant gloves and proper safety goggles. Battery acid is serious stuff. Second, you have to work in a well-ventilated area because batteries can release flammable hydrogen gas. And because of that gas, there can be absolutely no sparks, no cigarettes, no open flames anywhere near your work area. Now, this right here is probably the most critical safety tip of them all. You must, I repeat, must disconnect the negative terminal first. Why? Well, because the negative terminal is connected to the system's chassis, or the car's frame. If you take off the positive first and your wrench accidentally slips and touches any piece of metal, you're going to create a massive, really dangerous spark. Disconnecting the negative first completely eliminates that risk.
All right, now that we've got our safety precautions locked in, let's get to the main event, the step-by-step guide to fixing this problem once and for all.
We're going to follow a really simple 5-step process. We already took care of step 1, which is all about safety. So now we're going to walk through how to neutralize the acid, inspect the terminals, protect them for the long haul, and then put everything back together the right way.
For step 2, we're going to mix about a tablespoon of baking soda into a cup of water. This simple little solution is going to chemically neutralize any acid that's hanging around. Just pour it on and you'll actually see it bubble up. Once the bubbling stops, gently scrub the terminals and, really important, the inside of the cable clamps with a wire brush. Then, just rinse it all off with some clean water and make absolutely sure everything is bone dry before you move on.
Okay, step 3. Honestly, this is the real secret. This is what makes the fix permanent. First, take a good look at the terminals. Check for any pitting or deep scratches. Then, you can apply a thin layer of anti-corrosion grease or gel. This step is absolutely crucial. This grease creates a physical barrier, literally sealing the metal so those corrosive acid vapors can never get to it again.
Now it's time to put it all back together, and we do it in the exact reverse order of how we took it apart. So you reconnect the positive terminal first. That re-energizes the system.
Then, and only then, you can safely connect the negative terminal last, which completes the circuit.
And here is a pro tip that so many people miss. Don't just crank down on those nuts with all your might. Over-tightening can actually crack the lead battery posts, and that can cause internal damage and new leaks. You want them to be snug so they don't move, but always try to follow the manufacturer's torque specs if you can find them.
So, you've done the work. You've done it the right way. Let's wrap this up by looking at the real, long-term payoff you get for doing this job right instead of just doing it fast. The difference is just stark. On the left, with temporary cleaning, you're just locked into this endless cycle of maintenance, you're dealing with a slow drain on your power, and you always have that risk of failure in the back of your mind. But on the right, with a permanent fix, you get long-term reliability, you get your battery efficiency back, and, maybe best of all, you get total peace of mind.
So here's the bottom line, the crucial point of all this. You're not just cleaning a terminal to make it look pretty. You are actually restoring the health, the performance, and the safety of your entire electrical system, making sure you get every single bit of power that you're supposed to. And that really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. This whole idea of doing it right versus just doing it fast, well, it applies everywhere. So it's worth asking what other quick fixes in your system might be quietly holding back its true potential. Thanks for joining me.